First of all, where is heaven? Religion teaches you that heaven exists. They say that heaven is up there. The question then becomes, up where? We are on the Earth and it's a round globe that has a diameter of 7,926 miles. The planet Earth, called in Hebrew, Arad, in the Bible, and in Arabic, Ard, in the Quran. The Earth has no foundation because it is traveling through a vacuum or space 1037 1/3 miles per hour in orbit around the Sun. So in our movement around the Sun we don't have a bottom, and since we are in perpetual motion we don't have a top. In fact, Earth sits in heaven right now. A lot of people might say that's not true, but these people don't have enough knowledge to make this disagreement. Heaven just is, it is a state of existence. Heaven is an expansion of up, down and around. Heaven is the 5th dimension and up to the 9th. Which is made up of the 1st to 4th dimensions as well. Which is still a physical plane where beings live. It has stars, planets, moons and etc. Like we said, keep in mind the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th dimensions make up the 5th dimension. Heaven is not what religion has made it out to be. The word heaven comes from the word haven. The word haven means a place of safety or refuge or an inlet providing shelter for ships or boats. A harbor or small port. For Bible readers, the word heaven in the New Testament translates as Orion, which is a star system about 1,344 light-years away. Heaven in the Old Testament is star systems according to Job chapter 9 verses 8 to 9. Where it said, who alone spreadeth out the heavens, and treadeth upon the waves of the sea, 9 who maketh Arcturus, which is 36.66 light-years away from Earth. Orion and Pleiades, which is 444.2 light-years from Earth, and the chambers of the south. Google Orion, Pleiades, and Arcturus. You will find out that they are star systems. Angels, which really means messengers, come down from heaven. Angels or aliens, are really extraterrestrial, which refers to any object or being beyond, extra, the planet Earth, terrestrial. It is derived from the Latin words extra, outside, outwards, and terrestris, earthly, of or relating to the earth. The angels are sometimes referred to as hosts. There are many heavens in the universes, which is huge, far past the average human's brain capacity. Each star system is referred to as a heaven, and there are billions of star systems in your galaxy alone. Then there is trillions of galaxies in one universe, and there are many universes. One universe can expand over 30 to 96 billion light-years. This is all part of what the real heaven is. The heavens is mapped in light-years. 1 light-year is 6 trillion miles, which is the distance light travels in a year. There is 9 dimensions, most beings stay on 3, 5, and 7. There are evil beings trapped on 4 and 6. Right now you are in the 3rd dimension moving to the 5th. Which a lot of beings on your planet will not survive the shift. There are many other planets going through this shift as your planet is right now. Many of the planets outside Mars have made this shift a long time ago. Which is why they appear as a gas ball. What is a planet? A planet is a celestial body that, A, is in orbit around the Sun, B, has sufficient mass for its self-gravity to overcome rigid body forces so that it assumes a hydrostatic equilibrium, nearly round, shape, and, C, has cleared the neighborhood around its orbit. What is a star or sun? A star is an astronomical object consisting of a luminous spheroid of plasma held together by its own gravity. The nearest star to Earth is the Sun. Suns are born every day in the 6th dimension. Most stars, including the Sun, are main sequence stars, fueled by nuclear fusion converting hydrogen into helium. Your Sun converts 554 million tons of hydrogen into 500 million tons of helium. For these stars, the hotter they are, the brighter, which start at blue, then yellow, then red, which is the last phase of a star's life. If a star is red, it is about to die or burn out. If it is blue, it has just been born. These stars are in the most stable part of their existence. Each stage generally lasts for about 30 to 50 billion years. As stars begin to die, they become giants and supergiants. These stars have depleted their hydrogen supply and are very old. The core contracts as the outer layers expand. These stars will eventually explode, becoming a planetary nebula or supernova, depending on their mass, and then become white dwarfs, neutron stars, or black holes. A neutron star is a very small, superdense star which is composed mostly of tightly packed neutrons. It has a thin atmosphere of hydrogen. It has a diameter of about 5 to 10 miles, 5 to 16 kilometers, and a density of roughly 10-15 gm/cm3. A red giant is a relatively old star whose diameter is about 100 times bigger than it was originally, and had become cooler. The surface temperature is under 6,500 K. They are frequently orange in color. Betelgeuse is a red giant. It is about 20 times as massive as the Sun, about 14,000 times brighter than the Sun, and about 600 light-years from Earth. A blue giant is a huge, very hot, blue star. It is a post-main sequence star that burns helium. A supergiant is the largest known type of star. Some are almost as large as our entire solar system. Betelgeuse and Rigel are supergiants. These stars are rare. When supergiants die, then they supernova and become black holes. What is a star system? A star system or stellar system is a small number of stars that orbit each other, up to 10,000 stars, bound by gravitational attraction. A large group of stars, 1 million or billion stars bound by gravitation, is generally called a star cluster or galaxy, although, broadly speaking, they are also star systems. A constellation is a group of stars that appears to form a pattern or picture like Orion the Great Hunter, Leo the Lion, or Taurus the Bull. Constellations are easily recognizable patterns that help people orient themselves using the night sky. There are 88 official known constellations by mankind. We Riskians have logged over trillions of galaxies. This is a number of stars humans can't count. The star systems have solar systems inside them. You have one sun and 15 planets going around it. 11 of these planets have life on them. You have a binary star system, which is a system of two stars that rotate around a common center of mass, the barycenter. About half of all stars are in a group of at least two stars. A double star is two stars that appear close to one another in the sky. Some are true binaries, two stars that revolve around one another. Others just appear together from the Earth because they are both in the same line of sight. An eclipsing binary is two close stars that appear to be a single star varying in brightness. The variation in brightness is due to the stars periodically obscuring or enhancing one another. This binary star system is tilted, with respect to us, so that its orbital plane is viewed from its edge. You also have trisolar systems which have three suns orbiting each other. You have 4 sun-star systems. I have seen up to 9 stars orbiting each other in some galaxies. What is a galaxy? A galaxy is a huge collection of gas, dust, and billions of stars and their solar systems. A galaxy is held together by gravity. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, also has a supermassive black hole in the middle. Some scientists think there could be as many as 100 billion galaxies in the universe. The creation point or galactic creation point was an area in the galactic core where matter was being created. The creation of matter at a creation point caused a phenomenon which Raziel described as a matter-energy whirlwind. A galaxy is a dense grouping of stars, held together by powerful gravitational attraction. Because of the extreme distance between galaxies, most of the life forms known to science were in Earth's home galaxy, the Milky Way. There was limited contact with objects, forces, and life from outside the Milky Way for the humans. However, we Riskians have the knowledge of these things. What is a universe? The universe is everything. It includes all of space, and all the matter and energy that space contains. It's including planets, stars, galaxies, and all other forms of matter and energy. The universe, also known as the cosmos, is all matter, energy, and space regarded as a whole, filled with clusters of stars known as galaxies which are grouped by gravity. The laws of the universe are governed by time. It is an element of the multiverse and was referred to as the prime universe relative to others such as the mirror universe. The universe was formed in the instantaneous expansion called the Big Bang. The universe will collapse in on itself sometime between the next 60 to 70 trillion years. The universe contains too much matter to keep expanding. A massive spherical grid of subspace field generators could be used to manipulate subspace to reduce the mass of the universe and change the cosmological constant. This would avert the collapse. The universe contains several parallel time continuums occupying the same space but in a different time. Living in a different time continuum that was only a fraction of a second away but with a positive phase variance of 0.004% from normal time. The universe is only one of several types of parallel universes. A new universe can be shaped by a person's thoughts while inside a warp bubble between 6th and the 7th dimension. There are different types of universes. A microverse is a dimension that can be reached from the Earth dimension by shrinking with pions particles and thus compressing the person's matter to a certain point, thereby forcing it through an artificially created nexus into the other universe. The microverse exists within atoms. They are all described as parallel dimensions, rather than universes within universes. The microverse is the 8th dimension. It is the smallest matter in the all. When you use a microscope you see things that are so small the naked eye don't pick it up. There are billions of micro-life found when you look in the microscope. Dust particles, bacteria, pions, viruses, light particles, gas particles, archaea, protozoa, algae, fungi, and parasites. Keep in mind the smallest things carry the most power. A parallel universe, also called a parallel reality or alternate universe, is a self-contained universe running concurrently with the prime now reality. All the matter of the universe originated from the parallel universe through the creation points. Creation points were the active portals between the two-dimensional planes. The reverse universe is a parallel universe where the flow of time is reversed. Operational controls, for example, worked in reverse. Reverse beginning a process ended it and reverse ending it began it, like a loop. The inhabitants of the reverse universe counterpart of Earth, the planet Hydrai, began their life at an old age in a reverse death and slowly grew younger and died in reverse birth. For this reason, a person would call her mother or father the individual she would eventually give reverse birth to. The mirror universe is a parallel universe widely recorded as first being. This parallel universe coexisted with the prime universe in the same space, but on another dimensional plane. The mirror universe was so named because most places, ships, and people who existed in the regular universe also existed there, although often as the antithesis of their characteristics in the prime universe, with numerous good aspects evil and vice versa, thus T. He multiverse was the set of parallel universes, which included the prime universe and the mirror universe, as well as many others. A multitude of universes exist in the same physical space but have a different dimensional structure from one another. For this reason they do not normally interact. Another term for the universe was the positive matter universe or, simply, the positive universe. There are different types of parallel universes. Some are separate dimensional planes. Some of these planes are governed by completely different physical laws, while some duplicate the primary universe closely. Some parallel universes exist within subspace, which is the fourth dimension, while others exist as completely different quantum realities. The most frequent contact between the primary universe and a parallel universe on a different dimensional plane involved the mirror universe, with the first reported crossover occurring in the outer rim. The outer rim or rim was the outer or furthermost, imaginary or physical, boundary of any known or unknown region of space, shaped in a typically circular form. Several methods of crossing from one universe to another existed, including traveling along the mycelial network, certain transporter accidents, and interphasic rifts. The mycelial network was believed to underpin all quantum realities, extending across the entire multiverse. This proved to be a threat when a group of bad human of the mirror universe built a reactor which corrupted it, which threatened to destroy the network in all realities, and with it all life. The Book of Life created the parallel worlds. There is 3 parallels going on, each a split second behind each other. One is you going to the store, one is you staying at home, and one is you going to your mother's house. If you are a significant reincarnate, and you die in one of the realities, we can cut and paste you from one of the other parallel worlds. A lot of you who are good, die young, and we had to cut and paste you. The Book of Life creates this by a rule that governs it. It is called, the Trilateral Constitution. What is a moon? A moon is a planet-size object that has no light of its own. Some moons are really smaller planets and have life on them. Moons orbit large bodies called planets. What is a comet? A comet is an icy, small solar system bodies that, when passing close to the sun, warms and begins to release gases, a process called outgassing. This produces a visible atmosphere or coma, and sometimes also a tail. All these things makes up heaven. There is more than one heaven. In fact, if heaven is star systems, there are trillions of heavens. Heaven is infinite, boundless, and endless.